Hi friends, I'm sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. I have had this massive cleanup in my office and over the last, we're going to say hour, and time ran away with me, from me, not with me, from me. So let me clear off a spot so I can show you this project that we have for today. I am casing this from another demonstrator, and of course I can't think of her name right now. She participates in a tutorial group with me, and so sorry, this was her project for October, I think, and I thought it was so cute that I decided to include this as part of my Mega Gingerbread class. So that's really what I'm trying to get ready for today. This mega class is kind of card club for both November and December. That's not quite right. It's not card club. It's the Christmas card class. This is the end of our Christmas card class. That's right. So we didn't have one in November because of Thanksgiving, and we won't have one in December because, well, usually by early December, we're pretty much done with our Christmas cards and moving on. So this mega class is part card and part fun little projects. They might be decorations or ornaments or treat packaging, but it's a lot of fun. But part of the reason I had to do my cleanup was because my friends' instructions called for something that I couldn't lay my hands on. And unfortunately, I still haven't laid my hands on them. So, you know, once again, we may be looking at the, we may need photos to follow up on the video. I am going to, before I move on, oh, look at that clean space, right? All right, so we didn't roll the dice last week. Okay, I freely admit, I didn't roll the dice last week. I forgot, all about it. And so we're going to do that first so that we have them for next week. All right, and I've decided that rolling them one at a time is probably the best option. Otherwise, they don't have enough room to really move around. All right, so masculine. It's funny that masculine pops up a good bit. And it's probably the cards that we make the least. Because we like the pretty flowers and ribbons. And typically we don't see that with a masculine card. So I'm going to take a quick photo of this. So it's called for a masculine card over the top with embellishments and blending using the in colors. Hello, Johnny. So this will be our recipe for next week, and I would absolutely love it if you grab some supplies and play along with us, right? Doesn't have to be according to the recipe of the dice. We've already seen that mine doesn't always equal the recipe of the dice. But it's fun to create together. So this is the start of our project today. It's a little rolling pin, and I got a set of them from Amazon so that I could make several and I could include this. This is actually something that my class will make. And it's really, when I first saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so over the top. It's going to be so hard to do. And then when I started looking at the directions, I realized that it really was pretty doable. So I'm just going to grab a piece of that designer series paper, and I love that one that's got a little bit of everything on it. That's got a lot of red. That one has a lot of brown. Like that one's got a lot of red. This one might be fun. All right, so maybe that one. It's got a small print. That one's a lot of red. That one's a good bit of green. The stripes would be fun, but if the stripes don't line up, that gets kind of aggravating. So let's go ahead and cut this one. So this is the Gingerbread Designer Series paper. We're using products from the Gingerbread Suite. And today, the last chance list is posted and the sale is on. And some of these things are on sale for, 50 and 60%. Well, 50% off. I don't remember if there's a 60. Okay, the Gingerbread Suite is on page 8 and page 9 of the mini catalog. Now remember, this catalog goes until January the 2nd, I believe. Oh my gosh, let me see if I can get that. The 2nd or the 3rd. I can't read. The print's too small. Okay, so we're using the Designer Series paper, and we're going to use some things from the Memories and More pack, and we're going to use some of these little, what are they calling these? Acrylic shapes. And maybe some of this ribbon as well as a couple of other ribbons. And now, in the next few days, I want to come back and show you something with these masks. And there are some exciting masks in the new catalog that's coming out in January. That's right, I have seen the new catalog. I've actually even ordered from it, and I have a few products from it. All right, so this part of the rolling pin is just under 4 inches. So I am going to come in and place this at 3 7/8. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. And then on the other side, 3.5 inches is enough to go completely around and overlap a little bit. So that's at 3.5. Now, that is all that we need from the trimmer. And then we're going to add some tear and tape to hold this in place. And we might even just go ahead and roll this a little bit to make it a little more manageable when we get ready to put it on the rolling pin. Okay, so let's get out the tear and tape. Now, you could use other adhesives, but they might need time to dry. And I'm actually going to pull my Seal Plus out as well, and a silicone mat, because I noticed with the one that I did that I've got a little gap that wants to show from here. So let's see if I can avoid that this time. So with tear and tape, I'm just going to put this down as close to the edge as I can get. I'm sorry, is my head in the way? All right. So if you decide to shop the clearance rack, did I mention the clearance rack was refreshed? There's a lot of really good stuff out there. I would love it if you shopped with me, and you can use, oh, the host code's not showing. Where did it go? There we go. So that is the host code, and you can start at michellesalcho.com, and from there jump over and shop the current products. Now, the BOGO is still going on, so huge savings. You can shop my BOGO, which are my retired products and then shop for current products and get a really nice savings. I do think the lighting is better earlier in the day, but I had to run an errand this morning, so I'm going to aim for about 11 o'clock in the morning, but it may take a little bit of time to make that transition. Okay, I'm coming back with the Seal Plus just to get this. So, and I don't know, yeah, you can tell that I've even got some overlap. So that is the piece that I'm going to put down first, all right? Then it's going to overlap. And then on the second one, I've got that just about as close as I can get it. And I don't want any overhang. All right, but let me show you. I'll go ahead and do this, and that way I can show you the trick if it does get some overhang. And of course, wouldn't you know it, I managed to do that without any overhang. Well, the whole purpose of adding the Seal Plus was to fill in any gaps that might have been left behind by the tearing tape. Now, I'm going to try and not get my head in this, but, oh, there's no way not to. To line this up edge to edge is the goal. And then, in true rolling pin fashion, I'm going to roll it. Okay, so I have a little bit of the wood showing on this side, maybe a hair on that side. I think my gap is pretty minimal, so that should hold well. Now, for decorating, I haven't cut yet. I've got a card from the Memories and More pack. This Memories and More pack is amazing. And my participants are going to get some of it. So I'm going to actually cut this shape out. But first I'm going to trim around the excess. You've seen me do that before. And I'm going to see if I can find my reading glasses because I've struggled just a little bit to see today. Not sure what makes the difference day to day. Probably happens to everybody. But I'm going to trim down to the white. I'm going to try to leave next to no green showing. So let's see. What else did I need to tell you? Okay, so bingo we had scheduled for this Friday, December 3rd, and that just turned out to be a bad time for everyone. So we have moved it until January 7th. There is an event that is posted in the bingo group. So if you are not in that group, leave me a comment so that I can be sure and invite you. It's called MC2 Bingo Stamp and Zoom 2021 is in there somewhere. But maybe I can share that event to this page. I'll try and do that. But you can go ahead and register now. And we'll be all ready to go on January 7th. I'm not sending you bingo boards. You are going to pick 5 numbers. Actually, you're going to pick 2 sets of 5 numbers between 1 and 75. And I think that we need to have a practice run at this. So we might have to do that one of these days close to Christmas to eliminate any stress anybody's got going on. Okay, so now I've got my little shape, and I need to trim off a little bit there. Got a little bit of green showing, and a little bit is fine. It just happened to be that where that little bit was, it was really noticeable. And we're going to position this like so, right? And because this is going to be sticking to, we need this to be really heavy duty tape. So I will probably run my adhesive on the rolling pin itself and then position this. I feel like that would be the better option. Just looking at the sample I have, she actually punched a hole and made this a tag, which is a pretty cute idea. Let's see if I can find my crop of the dial. That was going to determine how cute that was, how necessary that was. All right, so my crocodile, I'm going to grab, this is the smaller side, and I'm just going to punch a hole like so, and then run a little ribbon through it. Now, I am going to use this red sheer ribbon for this, and my ribbon scissors. I am super excited that tomorrow, no, not tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow, because today's Wednesday. Tomorrow night, I'm going to gather with my team and do a little celebrating, those of us that are local. This is one of the harder parts of having a long distance relationship. We have to find something that will work for them separately. And we just don't have that put together yet. Okay, so now let's run this. And I decided I wanted this end is the end I want to really cover. And I've kind of got my seam so that it's at the bottom when this is right here. And then we're going to put this like so. And really, that's not exactly where it needs to be. Okay, I've already made a boo-boo. And that boo-boo is that this needs to be up at the handle. So, okay, I've owned it. We can move on. I need to find the stickers. So I'm going to take this little oven mitt and put it right here. And then the little spatula, because we're making cookies. I'm going to put this little spatula right there. And then let's get some of these acrylic shapes and put them on. All kinds of fun little shapes. Let's just shake some of them out so you can see what all we have. So we have some that are just little dots. We have some little flourish ones. We have some little kind of pinwheel looking ones. So I'm going to grab a white pinwheel and a couple of red ones. And then, yeah, much easier if I just do this, isn't it? And then with a little glue, I'm going to add these little guys. And right there. So I'll do a red one, a red one, and a white one. All right, and while the glue is drying, we can get the rest of our ribbon handy. And if this is going to be an ornament, then of course it's going to need a hanger. So we can use linen thread for that. So let's figure out how long that needs to be, and we'll add a little bit for knot tying. And I'll just tie this down here. And then I should be able to get my scissors in there to clip the end off the tail. And then we'll come over to this side. And tie a knot. So, do you ever find things? Dollar Tree is a pretty good place to find something that you can dress up. Like, you might find some wooden ornaments or shapes that go well with the theme from the catalog. Or I know a couple of years ago, seems like we found a house, and we decorated it to be a haunted house. And then someone, of course, saw these rolling pins, and they are perfect for making an ornament there. And then we can tie a bow with this buffalo check, because everything is better with the buffalo check. And we might the hard part will be me actually getting this tied where it needs to be. But I should be able to slide it around on that a little bit. Okay. Okay, so there is our hanger, right? And then we add some more ribbon to the handle, and this will be too cute. So let's grab about a 12-inch piece of this white glittery organza ribbon. So glad to report that it is staying. And then some of the black glittery ribbon, and it is fallen under there. I love all this ribbon. And then, how about some of that ruffle? Let me see if I can grab it real fast. All right, now I wonder, I don't think, whoa, goodness. If we should stack these feel like we should. Now this ribbon should be stiff enough that I do not have to double knot it. We'll see. And I'd like to slide it in there. And then I think it's a matter of just messing with this. And let's see if well, oh my goodness, okay. Well, I have another thought anyway. I'm going to pull out my hole that's in my ribbon from the hole that's in the wrong place, and I can cover that with another acrylic shape and put the hole where we really want it. If I can get the crocodile right there. Let's see. If I can't get it there, then I'll have to, yeah, I'm going to have to poke a hole. Well, maybe. I may have to put the second hole in the wrong place. I think that one's going to be better. Here's my ribbon. And what if we do it okay. What if we just tie a ribbon, tie a bow here? So we have to play with it to get it to lie the way we want it to. But isn't that cute? So we could play with these ribbons, probably trim them a little bit. I think they're a little long. And then let's get another something or other to cover that. Whoa. Everybody wants to jump on there. It's funny, what wants to jump are those little white dots. These are just some fun little shapes, but I don't like that one there. What about this one? We're going to put it there. It's going to be fine. So the members of my team have access to these tutorials. And there are several. Everybody in the group puts a tutorial out each month. Now I've got my ribbons trailing though. But I think that I can curl these little stiff ribbons, give them a lot more fun, play with this red one, and get it where we want it. And then we have this cute little rolling pin ornament. So I may have to go hang this on a tree and take some pictures so that you can see. But I think this is pretty cute. I do think my ribbons are a little bit long. So I'm just going to trim them each down. And actually, maybe it was just that side that was too long. I think this one's too long. So wouldn't that be sweet hanging from your tree? You know, this is going to be like the Barbies. I'm going to start trimming hair, trimming ribbons, and then suddenly it's going to be bald. All right, so that's the project I had for you today. This is something that my participants in my class are going to make as part of the 3D part of the Mega Class. And if you missed that sign up and this is something that you really want to do, I can open up ordering back up and just order the product and get that to you. You'll have the tutorial and the video for anything that's a little tricky. So I hope that you all have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you for joining me here today. Don't forget that next week we'll be back with Card Yahtzee for a masculine, over-the-top embellishments, blending, using the in colors. All right? Have a great day. We'll see you soon.